yards, I run it back. Hey, I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA's.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This is Williams, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 15 carries, 57 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Pressure comes, now Carr. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
X3, 218, jump. Switch. Yep. 50's the money.
2. They'll try the left side. It's Lucas. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. 82 yards. First here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, it's Williams. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
You can't block me.
On play action, it's Carr. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do they do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Go now. 60 yards. You got blue draw quarter. 16. Check. Crouch. Go.
They'll try the left side. Lucas. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Go.
On third down, it's Lucas. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch out.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, box up.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And connecting here with DJ Chark. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Ready to break. Look at me, zipper!
On first down, it's Lucas. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. Lucas. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. That one complete. He finds Shark. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Hurry.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Minshew sets to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go. 50, plant. Cut.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got Snead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
First and 10. 46-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Hamilton, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
On second down now, it's Hamilton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just get
rush coming, and he's taken down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Carr going to throw. Through an opening, and there he goes. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now...
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr, Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D-linemen, you play the run. Linebackers,
and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits of the success you created.
And he hits pay dirt because of it. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Go, go, go.
They'll try the left side. Hamilton. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Minshew, 1st and 10.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. From the gun, Minshew to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Minshew. Throw left side complete. That's Hoffman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And this throw will be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
91. Hey! Go get him! 36-yard line. Hey, check Mike 50. 61. Matchbox lights. Wild Bill. Check. Go. Fresno. Let's go. Get set to go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lucas. And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Go. 5.
On first down, it's Lucas. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. 26 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
10 Tucson. We own them. Slam.
Right back to him on first down. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Strong right. Lead Rivers.
On 2nd down, Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Lucas. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Partner, this running back's having a heck of a day on the ground. He just keeps punching it in and rushing for touchdown after touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. Back now in the East Bay, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Play to win. Let's go.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I gotta tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve. 3rd down here.
Hey, Haywood! Hurry up!
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 20.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lucas. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Go! Let's go!
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the double. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Topper! Check! Big grip!
Right back to him on 1st down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 15-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Jags grab it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, He used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That second down play nets a -4.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Even. Hey, Delta. Even. I got 50.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Ready?
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Buzz.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7.
Move. Hey, wahoo.
It'll be Minshew again. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Minshew sets to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr able to find Shaheen here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? We've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys of the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
General West.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lucas. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Get him, boy.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hey, we got it ready.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old rig.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the gun, it's Carr. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Anthony Miller, 85 yards. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, to work.
That's called being in the zone.